Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Astro Sungazer. I'm Carrie West, and I'm here with you today to talk about some of the energies that we have going on and to give you a reading for the week. I'm going to, if you notice, I have my quartz crystals out. I found a bag of these from Utah in my garage, and of course I wanted to play with them a little bit and charge them and clear them. I've already cleared the deck, and I've already shuffled the deck, but I'm just going to cut the deck. I also want to give a shout out to my sister Laura. She gave me this beautiful mandala yoga mat, and I love it, and it matches the cards. And that reminds me, by the way, if anybody knows the name of this deck, I cannot find it anywhere online. It's got beautiful imagery, which I just turned it over. So the Four of Crystals is what's going to ground us this week. So we're going to keep this one aside because it'll be the overall energy, I suppose, since it called to me. So I'm going to split my deck. Differently than some of the other readers out there. There's so many of them. I will put a shout out to quite a few of them, but at the end of the video. But I love Marie Moore to pieces. I love Astrolata. I've been following her for a very long time. Scarlet Moon, they're another great channel that I've been watching for a long time. So we're going to start off the general energies for the week. We've already got Logic, Four of Crystals, which this card represents basically the water, the earth, the air, and the fire elements. So it's bringing all these elements into your life and being balanced and harmonious with them. So having enough push and drive, using enough logic and strategic planning, being emotionally balanced and not overreacting, but rather staying calm in the energies as everything is shifting, and the earth energy to be grounded and connected back to nature. I'm going to put a crystal on this as they're going around. This will take you into the first week of October. So the first card that we have, I don't read reversals by the way, is Harvest, the Nine of Worlds. When I look at this card and I compare the things that are going on energetically right now, it is obvious that we are coming to a culmination. Cycles have ended and it is time for harvest. It's time to reap our rewards. There's a squirrel. I'll show you this card. Hope you can see it pretty good. It's got a lot of planets in it. It's got baskets that are woven. I see a squirrel and a fence, a pumpkin, right in time for October. So it's all the things that we have worked so hard for to gain our balance with that are all coming together. These are general energies for all signs. The next card is the moon. And I'm a Cancer rising with a Cancer moon. I'll show you this card. You know, a lot of times I hear readers talk about hidden things being hidden, but when I think of the moon, and I see this card, it demonstrates to me how by the light of the moon there are things that become illuminated. It's actually a light card. It's got dolphins, it's got a blue stone, it's got two coyotes howling, it's got a magnolia, it's got two owls in it, it's got two faces in it, several moons, of course. we've had some, serious lunations lately with the moon. We had the lunar eclipse in September. And I think some things might have come to light for you. I think all of us are getting to this certain truth. Not only about ourselves, but about the world that we live in, and gaining some insight and understanding on the emotions of it all. How the rhythms of things affect us as collectively as well as individually. And the third card we have is the Rejoicer, Woman of Cups. So for all you ladies out there, embrace your femininity. Take your power back. It's time for this. Oh, big shout out to Tim Halloran. Last night, he did an excellent video on resurrecting the divine. And it's not only for women, but actually for men as well. For men, how can they be more nurturing? How can they take better care of themselves? How can they nourish their bodies and feed their souls and keep their surroundings beautified? So, making harmony for everybody in your life, for being compassionate and open and willing to share and to receive. Women tend to be better at that, but I've also noticed that women have taken on some of the male qualities and kind of dismiss their abilities to be nurturing because they're working in the field and they're, for whatever reason, we had to experience this, and I get it. But now that we have this Age of Aquarius here, we're trying to bring the divine feminine back. We all have to bring out our best feminine side and be that to everyone around us and receive that from those around us. So if somebody's trying to love you and nurture you and care for you and tend to you, let them. It's part of their journey, and vice versa. If you see someone that needs love and nurturing and tenderness and caring and consideration from you, offer that. Be compassionate towards one another. The next card that we have is the Seeker, Child of Wands. This is a very fascinating card. I'm not sure if I showed you the Woman of Cups. I'll show that to you real quick. And then this is a very beautiful card as well, called the Seeker. So we're looking for something. We're looking for ourselves, I believe. I believe that we have hidden parts of ourselves from ourselves. Our family has hidden many secrets sometimes, and these things can kind of stay in the background of our life, and we're seeking answers now. I think that we're looking at the collective, we're looking at nature, we're looking at our indigenous people. I think over 400 tribes are out in North Dakota right now. That's unprecedented. That's never happened in the history of the world as we know it. If it has happened, it's not recorded, and we don't know it. But the Hopis did speak of that day. So maybe finding our quiet spot, settling down from the things that are man-made versus things that are universally made, God-made. It's funny, it's got pictures of cotton growing, and I'm drawn to speak about the plants and how man has altered them and moved their DNA. So many of our seeds are under attack. Monsanto has gone crazy, and they must have been crazy in the first place. They can't mimic nature. We can to some degree, and we can work with nature, but we can't alter the nature of everything in life, especially our food, and think that we're not going to have consequences. we need to honor our animals, and we need to seek the things that are of our true nature, of our true nature. The things that we knew at 3 years old are probably more relevant right now than they've ever been. And there's fundamental truths in life, and we would all do good to seek some higher wisdom about what the true nature of us is and what we should be doing. And the fifth card I have, which ties right into it, is the learner, the child of crystals. So what is the hidden knowledge on this earth? How does it apply to mankind as a whole, our collective consciousness? How are we learning from that? How are we growing from that? How are we tapping into our ancient wisdom? I've been speaking lately with a dear friend of mine about my ancestral ties to the Native American tribes, and I realize that not everybody maybe is aware, because the media is blacking them out. Unless you're on social media and very well connected to all these different types of groups, the chances of it coming up in your news feed is pretty slim even. So, we're being kept from this knowledge and understanding of what's happening collectively. They are attacking water all over the world, and water does represent consciousness, and can be coded for consciousness as well. So, what can we learn about the natural world, and how to alchemize the things that we want to see? How can we be the child looking at this world with fresh new eyes? Some of us think that we are in this ascension. Some of us think that we have already ascended. Some of us think that we have total destruction coming. So many different consciousness right now are trying to play out and sort where we're going to go collectively with the world the way that it is. We hit a threshold yesterday, actually, of carbon in the world, and we're not going to turn back from that. So we have more carbon in our atmosphere than ever before. So what can we learn from all these experiences, even the bad ones, even the ones that are maybe painful or look destructive or are very difficult to comprehend? What can we learn from them? Because once we open ourselves up to learn something, then we can do something about it, because we've invested our awareness into it. So what are you giving your awareness to? What are you trying to learn? There's a child holding a baby, and it looks like it's very scared, and it's kind of standing in the dark in the upper right hand corner. I don't know how well you can see it, but what are we scared of that we didn't learn? What are we scared of that's preventing us from learning something? Open your eyes back up as a wondrous child. Think of all the possibilities of what we could do with this scenario that we have here on Earth. And once we do, once we're seeking, then we're learning, we might actually get somewhere. So let's see what the next card is. Oh, the next card is the Guardian, which I love this card. It's one of my favorites. It's, it's the Woman of Crystals. So you have the Child of Crystals, and then you have the Woman of Crystals. We're a lot more together and multifaceted than we give ourselves credit for, or realize about ourselves. We have all the power, all the energy, all the resources, all the elements, back to this, but all the elements available to us right now in October to harvest. We have that nurturing, loving, feminine, divine, order ready to manifest itself. It's all ready to show itself. It's possibilities galore. It's pregnant with possibilities. And the guardian is you. You're the guardian of everything. The next card we have is the Passion, 10 of Cups. Everything has been realized, everything has been expressed, everything is ready to be awakened into a new form. This is loaded with passion. It's got the Sphinx and all the bright orange and red and yellow flowers for abundance and harvest, and it all ties in really well. I think this next week is going to open up a lot of energetic fields that will allow you to discover things you didn't know, so that you can really lighten your load and start looking for those possibilities, start seeking things so that you can learn new things and not be afraid anymore, because you are protected, and great passion will be born from that. And back to this card, which I don't know if you can really see this entire spread, the colors of it, but with regards to this, everything is in there. So this is just validating even further that all the elements are available for the harvest. So I hope you have a great week. Thank you for tuning in again to Astro Sun Gazers. And I look forward to seeing you again.